You all have made yourselves known. You've made your thoughts apparent in the comments section. You want to see Mathew Rhodes come off the bench. You want to see somebody else start in his place because of the imbalance. But the problem with that right now is that if we do that, then you probably have to play Boyd at power forward, which I don't really want to do right now. With Jalen Duren's still a couple days out with the injury, Achua kind of has to play center unless you want to start Charles Bassey there. But do you really want to start Charles Bassey at center and Achua to power forward or Boyd to power forward alongside Bassey? I'm not so sure, but I guess that's what we're going to be doing today until Jalen Duren comes back. I've gone ahead and drawn up a brand new rotation, which does take Wendell Moore completely out of our lineup. And instead, we're going to bring Rhodes off the bench at 27 minutes per game. Boyd's still at 36, but he'll play a lot of power forward now. Also, he'll play at the 2 spot at the end of the third quarter and start of the fourth. Kuminga will be playing only small forward, and Anobi will be coming back into the starting 5 as mainly the 2 guard, but we'll be playing some small forward as well throughout the game. But your lineup for now until Duren is fully healthy. But we have a game today against the Cleveland Cavaliers, who are currently 8th right now in the conference, coming off a really poor season, but they had the first overall pick with like even crazier odds than we had to get Mac Boyd. They got the first overall pick with like the 9th best odds or something like that. So they had a crazy jump. They're only 22-20, but they are kind of injured right now. They're missing Zion. And in place of him, they're actually starting Ronald Posey now instead of Dalen Webb, who was originally their starter. They got Mikal Bridges here at the 2 spot. Billy Willis starting, but Zion is not going to be back until the playoffs at the earliest. So let's take on this team and the first overall pick. Should be a fun game. And we got a new starter in our lineup. Mathew Rhodes will come off the bench. We'll see how he does. We've been here plenty of times in recent seasons, folks. These fans don't like us. Let's try and make that even more prevalent. Let's get another win here and make the Cavaliers hate us even more. I'll start with the basketball as Willis did control the tip. 3 for Garland. Opens the scoring. And Anobi has a full head of steam right to the rack. The seas part. And we're on the board. Stolen by Jovanovic. Great to start. He had Garland there on the cuts. And Anobi, another jam. He's got all 4. Oh, Garland's down low. Boyd comes over to block the shot. What a play on defense. Coming out of the corner. Kuminga gets the feed from Boyd. Another screen comes up. The shot is up and good. Willis down low. Achua but caught behind him, and he's called for a foul. The hoop and the harm. Free throw for the first overall pick. Does not tie it up. It's no good. With Rhodes on the bench now, I'm curious to see how involved Boyd gets on the offensive end, especially early on. The last 2 games we saw him, especially last game, really step up and take a lot of shots for us, which is what we're trying to get going here. But with Rhodes out, I wonder how things change. Boyd trying to go right at Mikal Bridges. Down low, got by him for the 2-handed stuff. Garland the handoff, stepping into a 3. That one's good again. Double screens for Boyd off ball from the elbow. Online, off the back iron and through. Double screens for Garland now. In the paint. The shot rolls around the rim and off. Mismatch for Jovanovic, and the lob is off the fingertips of Achua. He just was not on the same page that time. That was a good pass, though. Behind the arc. Another open shot for Garland. No good. Pull up. Up and good from Mac Boyd. Early on, He's already got plenty of looks. That's what I'm looking for here. Already, what, 3 or 4 attempts in the first 4 minutes and change. Garland's got plenty of good looks as well. Hath opens up for Anunoby right to the rim and fouled by Garland. Gotta lay that one in, though, against that mismatch. First free throw is up and good. Anunoby, his first start of the entire season, knocks down both free throws. Another handoff. One-on-one against Jovanovic. Having to pass out. Good defense by the Neptunes. The 3, no good. Screen from Jovanovic. Boyd gets around it and is fouled on the shots. Posey called for his first foul, the second on Cleveland. Boyd already doing a lot of damage here offensively. Just what you want to see from your star player. Garland off the screen from Willis. Over 2 defenders. Shot won't go. Boyd for 3. Quick pass up from Jovanovic, and he gets the assist. Very good start for the Neptunes offense. And a block from Kuminga. Garland has yet to get back on track. A couple of misses in a row for him. A couple of blocks. One from Boyd, one from Kuminga. Playing some solid defense and some really strong offense. Kuminga trying to add to it on the mismatch. He lays it in for 2. A 10-point lead just like that. Last 3 games for Mac Boyd. What a stat right there. 42 points per game. Also racking up the steals. He's having a great week of basketball, and it is continuing here. Now it's time to see some of the bench unit. Pass cut off by Agbaji. He checks in and gets a steal immediately. We got Rhodes and Towns out there now with Boyd still in. We'll see if we can keep up the offensive cohesion. Towns going right at Garland. Honestly, I like the shot. It just doesn't go this time. Cleveland trying to end their offensive cold spell. First shot for Mikal Bridges. Up and good behind the arc. Boyd, step back. The 3 is in there. What an answer. Screen comes up. Garland trying to shake Towns. Got him loose. The 3 doesn't drop, though. Excuse me. And Achua grabs the rebounds. Garland now only 3 for 10. Boyd, another triple. It's open, but it rattles out this time. Poked out, and Wilson Towns picks up a steal. He's got Agbaji at the rim for the alley-oop. This is fun so far. We're 10 for 13. They're 5 for 13. What a game. Backdoor cut. Bridges on the alley-oop with the response. And that is going to be almost a steal. Bridges with some really solid hands out there, but Agbaji tracks it down. Shot clock under 10 now under 5, and this time it is cut off. That was Willis with the pass deflection, and he draws the foul on the other end. Mathew Rhodes picks up the foul. Trying to get him, obviously, a lot more shots with the bench unit, hopefully. That was a concern for the comments, was the bench unit not really giving us that much production. Still hoping for Mathew Rhodes to be the main contributor alongside of Wilson Towns for the 4 guys coming off the bench for us. But a 9-point game here. Boyd stays in for the majority of the first quarter. Agbaji off the screen. Can't knock it down. The Sunmu jarred loose. Another steal for Towns. He's got Agbaji up ahead again for another transition dunk. Gotta say, this feels a lot better already here in this first quarter, but we've seen crazier things happen. Obviously, last game we had a solid, or the other team had a solid first quarter lead, and we ended up beating them by a lot in the fourth quarter. So anything can happen, but we are off to a nice strong start. Open three for Towns. That one drops. They got Dalen Webb in the game now when he turns the ball over on his first touch. Up to Towns. He's stripped of it by Monroe. What a play. And he's got people up ahead, but now it's stolen by Mathew Rhodes. Some sloppy basketball by the Cavaliers. And now a foul against Billy Willis will put Wilson Towns at the line. First free throw is up and good. Kuminga and Jovanovic check back in, and I gotta say, I'm loving these uniforms. Free throw no good though. All the way up to the rim and in there. Top of the key with Bassie. He's got to find somebody. It's Kuminga. Three doesn't go. Well contested shot. Jiang right to the rim, handing off to Webb, who got another and one. Mathew Rhodes, his second foul. So how about Dalen Webb making a play against us? The free throw is up and good. It's back to 10. Free ball for Jovanovic. Back iron, no good. A chance for the Cavaliers to close the gap before the quarter's over. Garland's back in the ball game. Sunmu left wide open, but luckily no good. That was a practice shot. Kuminga back to Jovanovic. Same spot as last time, and this time it's good. 35-22. Garland attacking Jovanovic off the dribble. The shot's up and good with the left hand. We'll have the final shot of the quarter. Jovanovic brings it up. Back to Rhodes for three. It's out. Oh, that could have gone in. 35-24. A nice lead for the Neptunes. Second quarter begins, and if Garland gets back on track for the Cavaliers, then they'll be right back in this game. But not if their defense is going to be allowing plays like that. This right here is the Mac Boyd game that we've been waiting for, folks. The Mac Boyd performance. I mean, last game was a great one, but this one is off to an even better start. They gotta put a shot up here. Sunmu can't knock it down. 13-point lead. Let's add to it. Jovanovic going right to the rim against Garland. It just dances off the rim. Jiang off the screens. Gets inside. Rises up, and the shot's good. Nice pass to Boyd. He's got Jiang on him. He got the loose ball back. Time counting down. Jovanovic has to create. It's up and good. What a play. Behind the arc, this is Monroe with the three. That one doesn't fall. A slow start to the quarter for Cleveland. Boyd, low block. Back out. Blah for Bessie on the baseline. Good court vision by Jovanovic, and a good play there by Bassie to cut towards the rim. One-on-one. Jiang going right after Boyd. It lost his dribble. Shot clock under 10. Garland. Back to Webb. Wide open. Nice pass all the way up to OG Anunoby. Boyd another assist. And OG right now 3 for 3 from the field and a plus 14 plus minus. He's playing another solid game, especially after our last one against the Spurs. Nice take there by Jiang. Picks up the first foul on Boyd. Free throw is up and good. It's back to 12. Rhodes checks back at the ball game. Boyd takes a seat. Off the screen. Rhodes fires the triple. No good, but Bassie follows it up. He's done that a couple of times this season. And the Cavaliers find their offensive rhythm. Jiang's making some plays right now, I can't lie. The screen comes up for Kuminga. Deep three, good. We are absolutely lighting it up right now. Nice pass by Webb to find Garland there in the corner, but they still can't really get anything going right now. We are up to 15 rebounds. They've only got 8. And they almost got a steal. Jovanovic gets it back, attacks the rim, and is fouled. First free throw, up and good from the sniper. Hasn't been, too heavily involved offensively scoring-wise, but has definitely made a couple nice passes. He goes 1 for 2. You got Wilson Townsend right now, which he should never be in when Yovi is. That is not part of that rotation. Boyd back out there too. They're going to feed Willis. He draws a crowd, leaving Sumu open, but he has yet to hit a jump shot. Huge mismatch top of the key with Jovanovic and Willis. Good pass back, but now it's Boyd against Willis. He gave him too much space. That 3 ball is going to go. 19-point lead. Boyd is up to nearly 20 points and has only missed 1 or 2 shots total. Garland finds some room, but Achiuwa is right there, sneaking around for the block. The 3rd time you block Garland now. He's 4 for 13. Open baseline shots. Just missing for Boyd, just in and out. The Cavaliers have not scored in over 2 minutes. The drought is continuing. Still half of the quarter left. Willis! What a shot right there. That was Gilmore, excuse me. Nice play by Boyd. He gets inside and has it blocked, but he was also fouled. Just siphoning between 3 defenders. This free throw gives him 20 points already. We have not seen a game like this from Boyd since last season. Out to Bridges. He's back in the game and catches a 3 immediately. 54-38. Cavs trying to make their way back in this game before halftime. Let's try and stave the comeback off. Achiuwa the screen. Boyd, couple of pump fakes, and it's blocked by Willis. Good defensive play down low for the first overall pick. That's kind of what he's meant to be doing here in Cleveland. Posey with it over Achiuwa. The left-handed shot doesn't go, and they still cannot put together a run. Inside, blocked off the backboard. 2 straight for Billy Willis. Shot clock under 10. Poked out of bounds. Jovanovic tries to hustle for it. 5 on the shot clock. Towns, Rhodes come back in. DJ takes a seat now. They have to rattle off a quick shot here, though. Suggs in the game for the first time. He's going to have to jack it up. And it almost went. That's a turnover. Rhodes with a very lazy pass. And the Cavaliers can't take advantage. They just can't get anything going right now. This is the same story as every playoff series against them so far in our first 8 years as a franchise. Towns blocked out of bounds. The Cavs defense stepping up as of late. But can the offense? With Boyd off the court, how cohesive will the offense be? Not cohesive at all right now, but he's going to come back in right on cue after that turnover. Willis gets the feed down low. Boyd comes over on the double, and Willis cannot hit the shots. Pick and roll with Achiuwa here. Boyd trying to set it up. Achiuwa fires the shots. Never again, please. Garland back in for Cleveland. They've only got 38 points right now here in the half. They got to get going. Mikal Bridges with some room. Under 5 on the clock. Towns. Beautiful pass back to Achiuwa. Posey down low, working on Mathew Rhodes. He can't lay it in, but he got it back. And another and one opportunity. A lot of fouls here in the first half by Mathew Rhodes. All of them have come inside the paint. Ozzy's free throw cuts our lead back to 13 points. 90 seconds left. Chew with the screen. Boyd at the rim. Bucket and the foul. Willis can't stop him this time. What a first half for 22. 8 field goals on 12 attempts. And this right here is point 24. They got to get the ball back to Mikel Bridges because right now he's having a really good day. He's 5 for 6 from the field. 12 points, 83%. Achua, quick 3, top of the key. Yeah, after last episode, I'm not going to expect him to knock down those threes regularly, but he did knock down 2 of them last game. High ball screen, for Garland. The 3 won't go, though. He is still extremely cold from the field after a decent start. Boyd over 2 defenders. Cannot be stopped right now. Just play him at power forward to make him way better than any other spot, because right now that might be the case. Ozzy going right at Rhodes again, but he left it short. No foul call that time. Last shot of the half is going to be for Boyd over Gilmore. It just dances around. What a tease. 61-45. Cannot be mad at that first half. What a performance so far. Start of the third quarter, we started with a really quick backdoor cut to open the scoring. 63-45. It's been a vintage Mac Boyd performance so far. Hoping for him to bury some graves here as well. Grab some shovels, Boyd. Gotta put some people in the dirt. There's a backdoor cut for Bridges to answer right back. Can they stop number 22, though? He gets downhill, right into a dunk! They have no answer. Willis hands it off to Garland. Mid-range jumper online. Boyd getting very aggressive, right to the rim on the baseline. He cannot be stopped. 30 points now with still nearly a full half to play. Bridges, another bucket. He has only missed 1 so far. Kuminga gets the feed in the paint. Back out to Achua. Now Jovanovic off the extra pass. No good. Ozzy trying to set up the feed to Willis, but Boyd jars it loose when Willis wasn't looking. Rookie mistake. Screen comes up. Boyd, baseline again. Nobody can stop him right now. When have we seen Boyd be this aggressive in a game? It's been so long. But he's going for 50. That one stolen off the Boyd deflection. Making plays on both ends right now. Corner screen. Jovanovic, a late pass. Shot clock under 5. Gotta find something. Boyd. Deep 3. No good. Lane opens up. Garland readjusting. What a play. Great pass back to Achua. Wide open 3. I don't mind that shot. Willis right now has been kind of locked down by Achua all day long. Great defense right there. Gilmore gets the shot off in time, and that was a really good look. Lucky break for us on defense. Boyd attacking the rim off the glass. It does not matter who is on him or what kind of defense is being played. He's going to knock it down no matter what. 18-point lead. Cavaliers got to get their way back in this game, but their offense just cannot get a good rhythm going here. That one stolen again by Achua. Kuminga then gives it right back off the bad feed to Posey. 71-53. For three, Willis can't knock it down off the inbound pass. There was a ball that was poked out and went out of bounds prior to that. Willis definitely has not been as involved on offense as I was expecting, but I think Achua has been playing some really great defense on him, so it's made his day a lot more difficult than expected. Boyd, nice pump fake. The shot doesn't go, though. Time counting down. Out to Garland. He's going to have to fire. The three is good. Will that get the Cavaliers' offense back on track? Half the quarter left to play. Another block for Billy Willis. It's got to be his third of the game, the second against Mac Boyd. So he's showing off the paint protection, but it hasn't been as consistent or just good enough to put them in front in this game. Time counting down. What the hell was that, Kuminga? Nice pass from Posey to Willis, and Bassi has to foul him from behind to stop the bucket. He knocked down the free throws. Only 3 points for Willis tonight. He averages like 18 or 19 a game as a rookie starter. He is 85 overall out of the draft, obviously, so he's one of the best rookies of all time in terms of their overall rating. He goes 1 for 2. Behind the arc. Good look for Jonathan Kuminga online. Willis fading away. I don't know if he can make those, but that's probably not the right shot down by 17 points and counting. For three. Charles Bassi, another one. He had one last episode too. He's got like a D+ 3-point rating, but I'll take some stretch 5 action always. 20-point game now. Cleveland, I don't know what is wrong with their offense, but it is really, really inefficient, and they have not had a single good run all game long. But Bridges has by far been their best player. We've shot 58%. They've shot 49%. Another shot. No good this time from Kuminga. Out of the corner, Mikal Bridges for three. Boyd came up and got there in time to thwart it. He's been playing some great defense, better offense. It's hard to complain about anything that he's done in this game. Like that alley-oop to Kuminga. What a toss-up. Nice kickouts. A.J. Gilmore with room. But he's 0 for 2 behind the arc. The screen from Kuminga. The drive from Boyd. Oh, he got him! Grab a shovel, Billy Willis. You've been buried by Mac Boyd. And now a turnover by Cleveland. Sumu lost it. Jovanovic with the steal. And the kick out to Anunoby. We're going to double Bridges now here in the third quarter. And it's turned over. Willis can't hang on to the pass. 2-on-1. Kuminga misses the pull-up, but Boyd's there on the offensive glass to put it in for 2 more. He has a bucket shy of 40 in less than 3 full quarters. Good look at a 3. Bridges connects. Timeout Neptunes, 83-62. Towns back in the ball game for Virginia Beach. Boyd splits defenders and rises up for points 39 and 40 here in the ball game. This dude is going for 50. He's only had a handful of those games all year long, and he's trying to add to it. What a pass to Webb. Garland the assist. Got Rhodes in there now as well. Right back to Mac Boyd. He's doubled. Anunoby with space. The 3 ball rolls around and out. Had a couple of those in this game so far for both teams. I think it's the first time Kevin Huerter has checked in for the Cavaliers. Wilson Towns strips it from Garland. He will have one of the last shots here of the quarter. Towns missed Rhodes wide open. Great feed to Bassi. He draws the foul. Webb picks up his first. Hasn't played a whole lot in this game after being a starter for a handful of games. With Zion missing. Would have loved to see Zion with this team because I would imagine that with Zion in this game and maybe Garland shooting a little bit better, this would be a very close game, but unfortunately not. And instead it's a blowout for us, which, you know, I do like to see sometimes, but I would like to have some closer games. Monroe for three, top of the key, it's good. We'll have the last shot to close the quarter. Leading by 20. Boyd with it. Deep three, no good. 20-point lead for your Neptunes. We're looking damn good.
67, the away team, 87.
Start of the fourth quarter, and the Cavaliers just cannot seem to put a string of buckets together whatsoever because they keep turning the damn ball over. We forced 18 last episode against the Spurs. The Cavaliers are trying to beat that number right now. Not sure what they're at right now, but they've got to be close. Tom counting down. Sumu has to get rid of it. Anunoby, great on-ball defense, but Rhodes steps out of bounds on the rebound with no one near him. Inbound to Garland. The shot's up and good. It's back to 18 points, but we're going to do makes only until they close the gap or until this game is over, and then we'll move on from there. Boyd, baseline drive. Can't lay it in this time. But it's stolen by Wilson Towns. I know I'd show makes only, but that was a cool sequence right there. What a pass by Garland. The court vision on display. That was fantastic. 14-point game. Boyd cuts and gets the feed from Jovanovic. I want to see Boyd get 50. He's only a handful of buckets away. Garland. Full path opens up. He responds. Some free throws have closed the gap down to 13, but Jovanovic will make up for all three of them, and we're back up by 16 points. Over 7 minutes to play. Garland answers right back. Another shot for Jovanovic. They're going back and forth now here in the fourth quarter. Good pass to Rhodes. Open look. Finally, he gets on the board, man. Took all game to get him there, but that was by far his best shot of the entire game in terms of how open it was. Boyd gets the assist. He's got to have like a triple-double or close to it brewing right now. Wow, what a shot by Garland. Open two. Up and good from Jovanovic. Rhodes picks up the assist. We are up to 100 points on the night. I definitely slowed down offensively compared to our first half. Did we put up like 61 there? I only scored 39 so far in this half with only under 5 to play. What a move by Garland. The shot's no good though. Open three. Agbaji connects. Mikal Bridges continues his hot day, but it has not been nearly enough to make it a close one at all. Another shot goes in for Mikal Bridges. 103-86. He's got 26 on the nights. Mac Boyd only one bucket here in the fourth quarter so far. He's only taken like 2 total shots, but he just went through the entire defense. Another jam Mac Boyd, dude, what is gotten into him so far in this game? I don't know, but I'm loving this. Clock counting down. Boyd fires. He's now 2 buckets away from 50. Open triple. Garland knocks it down, but a day to forget for him for sure. He's been pretty much the sole reason why their offense has been so bad. He's missed so many open looks. And an OB to Boyd. Blocked by Willis again. Shot clock does not reset. Jovanovic laces it. Are you kidding? Here's a really interesting pick and roll. Jovanovic gets inside to rock the rim. You don't see him duck it very often, but he did right there after beating the rookie off the dribble. 112 to 89 under 90 seconds left to play. Garland draws a foul. We're going to skip over these. Boyd draws a double. That leaves Kuminga open for another 3. And Anobi, what a pull-up shot. Might be our last field goal here in this game. Boyd won't get 50, but what an absolutely dominant showing from the opening tip by the Neptunes. Took a first quarter lead, a big one at that, and never looked back. Cavaliers fall to 22-21. Approaching 500, we extend our conference lead with this 24-point victory behind Mac Boyd once again. (32-11) for Garland and the loss. Mikal Bridges goes 11 for 14 from the field. Made 1 less shot than his teammates on 12 less attempts. Really good day for him, but nobody else was really doing a whole lot. 1 for 4 for Willis. Posey 1 for 5. Dosunmu 1 for 7. Their bench and their rookie really struggled here in this game. But we did not. Mac Boyd got up 32 shots, and for a very good reason. Hit 19 of them, 46, 9, and 7 with 3 steals. Jovanovic ends up dropping a pretty quiet 21, 6, and 9 with 3 more steals for him. Boyd also 0 turnovers here in this game. This is the first time in a long time where we have not seen Boyd have any turnovers at all and play this well. He played almost the entire game too, but I think, again, for good reason. Kuminga had plenty of open looks off of the double teams and whatnot, so he shot very well. OG was fantastic on defense. And a quiet shout out here to Achua, who only put up 2 points, 8 rebounds, but I thought he did a great job on Billy Willis. And that was a big reason why we came out on top. So what a win behind Mac Boyd. We shot 56% and 44 from behind the arc. That's been the lifeblood of this team, is living and dying by the 3, and we don't often die, so looking very good. In fact, how many turnovers did we force in this game? It's got to be a lot. Yeah, 15. So right now our defense is forcing a lot of deflections, a lot of turnovers. We are approaching the trade deadline, though. We're still second in the power rankings, but we've got several home games coming up. We're probably again going to sim through the All-Star break, but we're going to sim probably right up to it in case you guys want to go through it next time around. I'm definitely open to it. We're probably going to round out the season potentially next episode, but could do one more after the one against the Force. Who knows? We're going to sim right up into the All-Star break, and we'll think about a trade deadline move, but we'll see what happens once we get there. In fact, we'll actually stop a little bit sooner because we get Jalen Duren back right after the game against the Cavaliers. So he is back in our lineup, which is going to be even scarier for the rest of this league. So I think that means that I'm going to probably take Bassie fully out of our lineup and just let Achua be the backup for Jalen Duren, because there's no point in playing both Achua and Bassie, because right now this 9-man rotation is working, at least based off that one game. So we're going to bring Jalen Duren back in. He'll get about 31 minutes per game. Achua down to 17 off the bench. And there's your new lineup with Jalen Duren finally back from the injury. And just 2 games later, Achua breaks his hand. He's going to miss a full month of the season. So Charles Bassey's going to come right back into our lineup, I guess. Now it is time for the All-Star Drafts. The captains will be Victor Wembanyama and Ja Morant, not Mac Boyd. That is interesting. Let's see who gets chosen here. Boyd should be like one of the first picks. He is going to be going at some point, but probably won't go on the first couple of picks. We're going to auto-draft. And he will be on Team Wembanyama. So on Team Victor, you got Wemby, Giannis, Boyd, LaMelo, and AC Cole. What a crack team. You got the top 3 MVP leaders right now on the same team, with Cunningham, Fox, Barnes, Mobley, Garland, and others off the bench. Jonathan Kuminga makes the All-Star game. Okay. His first time making it as a Neptune. And I believe his second time overall. I think he made it once with the Clippers before we acquired him via trade, but I forget exactly when that was. Ja Morant, though, ends up drafting SGA, Nikola Jokic, Jason Tatum, Brandon Miller, with Luka, Halliburton, Scoots. Glenn Carroll makes his first All-Star game. So, could be a fun game to watch, but again, who really knows but Kuminga and Boyd on the same team. Let's go. If you're curious about Kuminga's numbers, this is what he's been dropping so far this year. 19 points per game, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, which is very comparable to what Jovanovic is putting up, obviously in a different capacity, but both guys putting up similar stat lines overall. But Kuminga shooting way better from the field at 57% and 48% behind the line, or behind the arc. So I guess that's why I'm curious how close he was to missing out. We go to All-Star voting. He had to have been like the last 4 to make it in the Eastern Conference, right? So Ja had 2.6 million votes. Boyd was literally 16,000 away from being the captain for the second or third straight season. He had the most front court votes by far over Tatum. And Kuminga was actually number 6. An All-Star season for the first time, I'm curious, since when? It had to have been before he became a Neptune, right? Almost assuredly. 2027, which was before he joined us. Pretty much the year before, so I was right. The year before he joined us, he won, or he became the All-Star, his first All-Star. Let's into the rest of this season, or the rest of this pre-All-Star break. We have a huge win streak going right now. We are at the trade deadline. We are going to stop and consider a move. You know what? I'm going to believe in Charles Bassey and Achua. 2 signings that we made. Some undersized centers. We're on a huge win streak. We've won our last 10. We have a 6-game lead over the Raptors right now in the conference. I don't see a reason to make a move. We are up to 100% team chemistry, so we're going to keep it going into the All-Star break, folks. No trade for us this season at the deadline. I said it earlier. I will only make trades if we really have to, and I don't see a real actual need for it. Whether it's in-game or simming-wise, we have played well, regardless of our center size. So we're going to keep on moving through it. We beat the Raptors once again, and our win streak is now up to, what is that, 14 games? 14 straight wins for the Neptunes, and Achua is now fully healthy. We can bring him back in our lineup. It has been nearly a full month since our last loss, which was against the Spurs in that rematch. But after the game against the Cavaliers, we beat the Rockets by 10. They're a sub-500 team. Boyd 1 board shy of a triple-double. A lot of players in double figures here for us. That's why we dropped nearly 140 on them. Chuck Grant, 26 and 10. He's one of their young players, but very promising player with a lot of potential out of the G League Ignites. We also beat the Raptors a couple of times, and this one by 12. They're still a really good team, but just not as good as us, obviously. 36 for Grady Dick, 45 and 14 for Boyd, with double-doubles from Jovanovic and Jalen Duren, but also 2 steals and 3 blocks for Boyd, doing it all for us in this one. 20 points for Rhodes off the bench. And the other game against the Raptors, we clobbered them this time around. Boyd drops 33, 7, and 10. Kuminga, big day. Jovanovic passed it well. Rhodes shot horribly off the bench. 5 for 21. We're taking north of 90 shots a game in some of these sim ones. Had a couple of close wins against the Knicks and the Jazz. We beat the Thunder after they beat us on opening nights. 20 plus from 4 different players. Rhodes, 24 off the bench this time around. I mean, the usual suspects doing the damage in this one. And we're coming off a blowout win against the Grizzlies, who, despite, again, having John Morant and Tatum, are sub 500, 25 and 32. 25 for both of their star players. Meanwhile, Boyd drops another 40 bomb. Kuminga, a bucket shy of him, with 12 for 14 shooting. I mean, this was a blowout. Jovanovic also played very well. We're going to sim through the Rising Stars Challenge. Any players of note here? This was an absolute blowout for Team USA over Team World. We don't have anybody on either team, it doesn't look like, and I don't know why we would. But, yeah, Team World got absolutely curb stomped here. Do we have anybody in the three-point contest or the dunk contest? Three-point contest. Mac Boyd is in it for the 3rd straight year. He won it last year once we simmed through it. Do you guys want to watch this? We could. We could watch that. Impossible to say who's going to be in the dunk contest, but I'm pretty sure last time we saw, I think there were 3 different Thunder players in the top 4 for that race, so who knows who's going to be in that one. Boyd would probably win that one again, but then we got the All-Star game where Boyd will obviously be a starter. Then we have the rest of the season to probably maybe get through in 1 episode, but maybe 2. Depends on what you guys want to see, but I think we'll end it right here after doing a couple of housekeeping items, like going through some player stats real quick. Boyd is now up to 32 points per game. He has gone up from like 28.8 up to 32.1. And he might now be the league leader, maybe for the leader in points per game. In fact, he is now. He has surpassed Scoot after most of the season being around, 4 to 6. Boyd is on track to win it for a 4th straight season. In terms of estimated wins added, he's literally got 18.7 to lead the team by far. Kuminga actually number 2 behind him, which I guess makes sense because of the All-Star selection. Jovanovic at 7.2, Rhodes 4.3. So he's number 4 on our team, but that's mostly because of simming. Well, it's all because of simming, really. In terms of league leaders for that category, I'm curious who has the most. It's got to be Boyd because I think we have the best record right now in the league. But, it's Wembanyama, 19.6. Scoot, 18.4. So, I mean, yeah, the Spurs are still a great team. Obviously, that foul trouble in that game against the last episode was pretty much why they lost that game. They probably would have won if he would have played. The last thing we'll do is go over some more prospects. We saw that it was kind of front-loaded with a lot of bigs. Now we'll go through the rest of the top 10 or so. If you last looked at Jose Hernandez, Danny Christie was also a guy that we had talked about a little bit. All these guys are kind of the same kind of archetype. Wayne Embry comparison. JaVale McGee has been the floor for like 4 out of 5 of them. Good shot blocker, good defender, so he'll be pretty solid. Then he also got some other players that aren't bigs. Finally, Nico Tavkar, 6'10", so a taller small forward, can play power forward, but he's really big for the 3 spot. All NBA ceiling, Zaire Williams floor. Good body control, good finisher, but apparently does lack touch around the rim. And for him, he looks like one of those really, well-rounded jack of all trades kind of a player. But will he be good enough later on? Probably not for a big role in any team. You got Marcel Gerbaud out of France, 6'4" point guard. Looks like he's got some solid playmaking skills, needs to work on the shooting, but can eventually probably do it. The defense is definitely not there, but he does have A+ potential. According to his reports, he is compared to Rajon Rondo. I think that makes a lot of sense. But the playmaking, with the defense has got to get better, and so does the basketball IQ. He's got plenty of weaknesses here as well. Doyle Bowman. Looks like he's made of clay, but he's out of Florida. 6'9" power forward compared to Draymond Green. That's interesting. No weaknesses either. Good potential, can block shots, can box out well. What has he got going on here? He can shoot a little bit. Pretty solid post defender and rebounder starting out. Good athlete too. So, if you want to find the future power forward for this team, you need somebody who's a great athlete, and Bowman actually kind of fits the molds that would fit the 5 seconds or the 7-second system. He's also got incredibly high potential, so Bowman right now is probably a guy to keep an eye on. He is the #1 power forward according to some of the rankings. We'll see about him. There was also Wilson Long. Not going to focus on guard here in the draft most likely, especially point guard, given that we have Towns and Jovanovic now, but there are options. Wilson Long, he can definitely shoot the ball. Defense is going to leave a lot to be desired, but another good athlete, low IQ, but decent potential. And he's compared to Jamal Murray. Interesting comparison. It's not one that I've seen very often. You got Dave Smith, who's going to be a high overall coming out of the draft. 6'10" forward, just like the other guy that we talked about. He's compared to James Worthy and Willie Anderson. Good lower body strength, solid defensive presence down low in the post, no big weaknesses, and he also looks like a pretty well-rounded jack of all trades kind of archetype with B+ potential and really good athleticism as well. And then we'll go through probably the next 3 prospects before we wrap up. Henrik Eklund, 6'8", and he is not going to be a good contributor offensively at all out of the gates. Could play defense, but he's probably more of a G League kind of a player in his first season, but does have some good potential. Another good athlete at forward, so another option that we could kind of work on a project for. He is compared to Buck Williams all-star ceiling, so I kind of want to go for somebody who has a higher ceiling over all-star, which would be all-NBA or higher. Lee Bishop, 6'8", Bruce Bowen comparison, or Bonzi Wells. Good leaping ability. He can get on-ball steals with regularity and cut off passing lanes. Good on-ball defender as well, but is not good offensively and does not score with his back to the basket, so he's not going to be good down in the post or down, or not down, but just shooting-wise. A lot to work on the offense. In fact, the potential is not there at all. B-, I think I'll pass. Then you got Travis Lydon, 6'7", out of Butler. Can play the 3 spot only, apparently. And the 3 ball is not going to drop for him, but he can knock down the mid-range jump shots. Decent defense down low, but needs to really work on the outside defense to be a contributor on that side of the ball. But really high potential, A+. You don't see that very often, but you got a couple of players in this draft class with it. And he's one of them. He's got the Larry Nance comparison, all-NBA ceiling. That is more what you're looking for. Good lift on his jump shots, which is good for rising over defenders, so it won't get blocked very often. And no real big weaknesses, but I'm not sure I agree after seeing his profile. But that could be another kind of future pick to work on over a couple of years as he works his overall up to a good level. But we've now gone through about 15 prospects, and there are definitely some really good options here. So Still have yet to reach where our pick is going to be, but we do have, again, the Kings pick, which I can't see the trade thing anymore. But we have their pick, top 3 protection, and right now, where are they in the standings? They're currently in 8th, 2 games below 500 at 28-30, so we'll see how their year shakes up, but they could end up with a lottery pick. It just kind of depends on how the last month and a half of the year goes, but could very well have a mid-tier draft pick, which I am definitely looking forward to bring some new faces into our roster, given that we could be losing a couple of players again. And one last thing to round out the episode, we are going to be, don't forget that we do lose our head coach after this year. He's been our head coach for 3 years now. His 4th year as our head coach is this one. In fact, we have him plus our assistant head coach and a couple of other people on our coaching staff that are going to be at the end of their deals. Now, I do want to bring Coach Claude Burns back, but we all know that we can't re-sign the guy until he's an actual free agent coach. So we'll see what happens after this season, but we could see a new coaching staff here next year, even if we don't want to. We are going to wrap up right here, folks. Thanks for watching as always. Please like, subscribe, and leave your feedback down below on the episode and what you want to see in terms of the All-Star break and closing out the regular season. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care and peace.